All right, hello everybody. Welcome to a special New Earth TV Live. We're going to be looking into Empathic Interfacing Live today. If you're hearing a noise in the background, that's just my fan. It's incredibly hot today where I am. It's about 32, 33 degrees Celsius. So very, very hot. So I definitely need a fan to go, otherwise you're going to see me melting in front of the screen here. So anyways, thank you everybody for being here once again for the special edition of New Earth TV Live. Next week we'll be coming back with a New Earth TV Live episode, regular episode. But today is the last time I'm going to be doing an Empathic Interfacing Live, and I wanted to do it just before I end, the channeling journey on August 31st. So let me just put up the new poster here. See if I can find it. There we go. There. Empathic Interfacing Live. So again, the woman you see here is a rendition of Athena of the Delphi Inner Earth civilization. So again, I will be contacting her shortly. And everybody will be joining along with me, if they wish, to also interact with her as well, too. As in previous episodes of Empathic Interfacing Live, you guys have had an opportunity to connect with her as well. So I'm looking forward to connecting with her one last time for today. Anyways, that one last time publicly. It's not to say that she won't come through in some other particular type of way, because it is not really a channeling state that I go into to connect with her. It's mostly just empathic interfacing. So it's kind of like an empathic connection, a lot more. So again, everybody, thank you so much for being here. We're going to go ahead and get started, of course, with some announcements. Beautiful, sacred geometrical clothing, apparel, and accessories imbued with spirit source energy to heal, rejuvenate, detoxify, and strengthen the body. Shop now at healingcodeshop.com.
The latest revelation in alternative healing has arrived. The Healing Code Cards, a spiritual technology unlike anything else. Through the power of sacred geometry imbued with pure source energy, physical ailments can become eliminated and detoxified from your body. 36 cards specifically designed to work on the major areas of the body, encouraging natural recovery and increased vitality. Working with the cards are easy, and their healing results are profound. Download our collection of free sample cards so you can experience results for yourself. And don't forget to view our customer testimonials. Our printed Healing Code card deck is available now with shipping available worldwide. Visit our website at healingcodecards.com.
And of course, private sessions with myself or Adronis are still available. Again, they're available up until August 31st. Also, the brand new EQ method has now debuted, and my goodness, it's getting some great attention. And again, everybody who I've been doing an EQ method session with has walked away with incredible results. So again, check out the EQ method as well too on newearthteachings.com. So again, with private sessions, 15-minute, 30, 45, and 60-minute sessions are available. Whether it's channeling with Adronis, Akashic reading, personal healing, and a lot more. So again, go to newearthteachings.com, check it out. Again, for as far as the Akashic record sessions go, and channeling with Adronis, again, this will be available up until August 31st. I only have a few more spots left for Akashic readings. All right, so for Akashic record sessions, there's about 5 or 6 more spots available because they're filling in pretty fast. So get them while you can. Otherwise, you can also do Akashic readings through private sessions, or again, channel. Get an Adronis channeling through a private session as well too. Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get started today. First thing we're going to do is we're just going to do a bit of a warm-up exercise. We're going to do the chakra clearing, and then we're going to bring in Athena, and Athena will share some insight about current events, maybe what she's going through as well too with her people. And then we'll do a bit of a Q&A with Athena. And finally, we'll move on to a light language channeling with RaYaR. Okay, RaYaR will be coming through, and she'll be doing a light language transmission. And those are always wonderful. All right. So yes, guys, if you need a session, go to newearthteachings.com. All right, you can book a session there. There's still quite a bit of room for August for those who are interested in talking to Adronis, or again, just having a session with me, right? The sessions are still going to continue after August 31st. This is the very important thing that I want to reveal now, right? So yes, my channeling journey is going to end August 31st. The Akashic Record sessions will be ending August 31st as well too. However, private sessions will still be continuing, because what I'll be doing is communicating with spirit, right? communicating with spirit is not a channeling state. It's just a very natural state of being, because I've been doing this as of late, actually the past little while. And just when people wanted to have sessions with me, right, I connect with spirit, and spirit brings in this really amazing information for people as well too, right? So basically what's happening is the channeling sessions are getting out of the way, and there's just a natural communication with spirit that's coming through. And it's even more profound than a channeling state. So this is again why I'm being guided, right? It's time to hang up the coat of the channeling, of the Akashic records, because it's just a natural state of spirit that's coming through. So again, that is still going to continue, right? There will still be private sessions, and of course there's going to be the EQ method, and of course there's digital courses, there's the past webinars you can check out. So there's going to be all kinds of great stuff that's going to be coming after August 31st. Between September 1st and September 30th, I'm going to be taking a 1-month hiatus from sessions. So I'm going to be returning to them in the very start of October, right? So that's just a heads up for everybody. After August 31st, I'm going to take a 1-month sabbatical, so to speak, from sessions, because I'm going to be doing a lot of inner work during that time, and then coming back in early October to continue on with private sessions and the EQ method and so forth. All right. Okay, guys. So we're going to go ahead and get started with some chakra clearing, and then we're going to go ahead and go into connecting with Athena and see how she's doing. All right. So let's get ourselves nice and relaxed, nice and comfortable, making sure the body is free of any tension. We can place our hands upon the center of our chest, or we can keep them on our lap, whatever you prefer. And we're just going to bring our awareness now to the root chakra. Okay, as I said, the root chakra is connected to the gonads, right? The genitals, the testes, the ovaries. And you can see the color red within your mind. So you can either just see the color red, or you can just again focus on the gonads area. All right? And we're just going to be Om chanting one time into the root chakra. So when you're Om chanting, you're focusing on the sound. All right? So let's do that together if you want to join me. Taking a deep breath in. Let me take the headphones off first. There we go. Okay, taking a deep breath in. Plugging the ears. Om. Okay, moving up now into the sacral or navel chakra, colored orange. All right, and it's connected to the Leydig and Hylar cells. Leydig for men, Hylar for women. All right, that's just the tissue, the cells and the tissues of the testes and ovaries. Okay, taking a deep breath in, plugging the ears. Om. Okay, moving up now into the solar plexus chakra, colored yellow, connected to the adrenal glands. Okay, plugging the ears, deep breath in. Moving up now to the heart chakra, connecting specifically to the thymus gland, that butterfly-shaped organ near the heart, colored green, taking a deep breath in. And moving up now to the throat chakra, colored ice blue or aqua, connected to the thyroid gland, taking a deep breath in. Okay, moving up now to the pineal gland, the third eye chakra, connecting to the pineal, either ocean blue or indigo ray, whichever you prefer. Taking a deep breath in. Now connecting to the pituitary gland, the crown chakra, not focusing on the top of the head, but the pituitary, colored violet, taking a deep breath in. Okay, taking one final deep breath in, deep breath out. All right, feels great. Feel the entire chakra network just being energized, being purified. It's like you're just taking this holy cloth and you're just wiping down all of the chakra centers, right? So proverbially, it's like the idea that chakra centers daily can get dust formed upon them, right? This dust represents stagnancy, it represents ignorance, right? It represents all kinds of emotional conflict, mental conflict, physical conflict. So again, when we do something like this, we're polishing them, right? We're feeling a lot better. If we do this once a day, right, you're going to be beaming with light, right? So it's good to do also 3 repetitions of each chakra center. I'm just doing it one time, just so we can kind of go through it so it's not taking too long. But it's good to do 3 repetitions of the Om chanting into each chakra center and working your way up, right? So after about 5 or 10 minutes, clearing the chakras, you're going to feel a lot more energized, right? Vitality energy is just going to flow through me and flow through you, right? As it is right now. So give it a try. Keep working with that on a daily basis, and you'll be amazed at the results. All right. Okay, everybody. So we're going to go ahead and get started with connecting with Athena today. So like I said earlier, this is a rendition of Athena that you see here in the image. So she looks a little bit different from this. It's pretty close to what she looks like. She has kind of that kind of pale red eyes, kind of like albino in appearance, right? Kind of whitish hair. Her eyebrows are actually a little bit more whitish as well too. And she's smiling, of course. She's a very, very smiling woman. So I'm looking forward to this last public interaction with Athena. There is a plan for me one day to go to Greece, and I would like to actually go to Delphi or Delphi, right, and actually see if I can connect with her there whenever that time comes, whenever it's a lot more better to travel the world, as now is not really the time for that. But that is certainly one of my intentions, is to go to Greece, go to Delphi, and see if I can connect with her there. So again, last public interaction with her as well too. Now you guys have the ability to channel her as well too. Okay, I wouldn't say channel. Channel is not the right word. To empathically interface with her. This is why we do the step by step, the 3 tiers. All right, because you guys have the ability to connect with her. She's very open to anybody who wants to connect within her domain. All right. So basically what I'm doing is I'm not really connecting to the physical her. I'm connecting to the astral version of her, because I've always seen her in this kind of white space, right? She's always just projected her astral body into this white space where she's pretty much available all the time, right? So that's what I connect with her. With her physical self, not really, no. There's been times where I've seen glimpses of her physical self, but it's really just her astral body that is contained inside this white space. And she's just sitting there, she's meditating, and it's kind of like an astral duplicate of herself. So this duplicate has all her memories, has all her knowledge, etc. So it's kind of like an astral avatar that I connect with when I go into that state. But again, that astral avatar goes up with me through these 3 tiers because it is Athena, but it's just her astral version. It's like if you were to, for example, tune into me in dream time, right? You would have my astral body, which is much more of the truer body past the physical body. And it has all of our experiences, has all of our knowledge, right? Has all of our behaviors, everything together, right? So that's what you're connecting with, right? You're connecting with an astral version of Athena, and she's just available there all the time to take questions, to give updates, anything of that nature, right? So this is why we do it together, so you know how to connect with her as well. So let's start off with the first tier of contact with Athena. Okay, you guys have already seen the image of Athena. So you can envision her in your mind now, if you wish. I usually just place my hands upon the center, on the center of the chest. If you guys are just tuning in right now, right, the person I'm talking to about is Athena, okay? Do you see the picture right here? You see the beautiful girl that's standing right near the picture here. Okay, that is a rendition of Athena, all right? So that, again, is who we're connecting to, right? So if you guys are coming in late, if you're just coming in now, this is who we're connecting to today, Athena of the Delphi, because today is Empathic Interfacing Live. So that's the woman here, just a rendition of her that we'll be connecting with. All right? So for those of you coming in late, that's what we're doing today. Okay. So let's we're going to take Q&A here in a little bit, guys. She's just going to come in and she's just going to give an introduction, right? And she may give some updates in regards to how she's doing and how her civilization is doing. Then we're going to come into questions, okay? So hold your questions until we get to Q&A. All right. So let's go ahead now, placing our hands upon the center of our chest, taking a deep breath in. Deep breath out. And once again, inhale. Exhale. And one more time, inhale. Exhale. Okay, so in my mind right now, I'm going into that white light space. I'm seeing Athena in the center of that space. I'm seeing her meditating. She's sitting cross-legged. Her eyes are closed, right? She's smiling. She can feel my presence as I can feel hers. Okay, now we're going to go into the first tier. The first tier representing connection, all right? So again, I'm just putting personal love into myself, into my body, right? Best way to do this is go into self-inquiry, all right? But if you have not done self-inquiry yet, you go into something like the BCR technique, right? Breath work, calmness, reinforcing love energy into yourself, okay? So just feel yourself now just being filled with that love. Right, from the top of your head all the way down to the bottom of your feet, you can feel this love just flowing through your body like a river. And I now say to Athena, I am now within my personal love space. Athena, will you join this vibration? And she's nodding her head, yes. Okay. So she is in the personal love space. That's the first tier. Okay. Now we move up into the second tier. Second tier represents universal love, compassion for everyone, compassion for everything, compassion for the entire universe, compassion for all life, right? So let's take a moment now, a few moments, just to connect with that feeling. Love and compassion of all things, of all life, throughout the universe. All right, and I say to Athena again, my love spans all life. My love spans the entire universe. Athena, will you join me in this vibration? She's nodding her head again. Yes. Okay. Third and final tier is moving up into God, right? Connecting to the pure God essence, connecting to Creator, connecting to God, feeling that love for God, right? That love for creation, that love for the Heavenly Parent. Okay. And I say to Athena, I am one with the love of the Heavenly Parent. Athena, will you join me in this vibration? And she's nodding her head again, yes, absolutely. Wonderful. Okay, we have done the 3 tiers. So what's important for you guys, firstly, is that you have to make sure that you're going into the 3 tiers. Okay, you make sure you can go into personal love, you make sure you can go into universal love, and then you're moving into God love. All right, those are the 3 tiers. When you are channeling, this is the recommendation. All right, when you're just starting out, going into these 3 tiers, you want to feel that love coming through you. So as soon as you're going there, it's like a barometer. It keeps going up and going up and going up, right until it reaches the tip of that barometer. All right, and then if you're channeling, you're now in that heightened state of awareness. You're now in that heightened state of love, and now love is flowing through you. And now you are, if you are connecting with an entity, for example, you're telling them to meet you up all this way, right? This is what I did with Adronis when I was first starting, right? Moving myself up into those higher love states so that he could match with me, and he has been matching with me ever since. So I did it up to a certain point, and it just became natural after that, right? So we don't have to continue to do it. Once we're naturally feeling that upliftment of love, we just continue with the flow. And then, of course, empathic interfacing or channeling, telepathic communication in that way can commence. All right. So now we're in the 3 tiers. So now I will connect to Athena. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just focusing on the heart, okay, and I'm bringing out a tether, okay, and I'm feeling Athena now. Her heart tether is kind of connecting, right, interweaving together with mine. It's kind of like the movie Avatar, you know, where they have those strings coming out the end of their ponytail, right, and they connect like that. That's what we're doing, okay. So we're putting those 2 chords together, right, and we're connecting through the heart. And we'll take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And I will say, hello, Athena. Thank you so much for meeting us here. And what information would you like to share with everybody today? She is smiling. She is saying greetings. We are so very happy to connect with you all here. I am representing the kind of like the group consciousness of the Delphi civilization through this avatar, through this astral body that you see here before you. All right? She says, we are very, very excited at this time. We are seeing movement taking place. There are beginning points now where there are actually negotiations between much of your authorities that represent your counterforces, as Brad says, that are actually in negotiations with some of our people. So there is, in that sense, interactions taking place between some of the inner Earth civilizations, the Delphi is one of them, and again, some of these higher-ups, so to speak. So there are negotiations taking place, and there are actually being introduced through, again, a lot of the other star races, star civilizations that are also working with a lot of the alliances on the Earth right now. So we are being introduced a lot more to some of your people. And all we are really doing is just offering insight, offering intelligence, offering our history about the inner Earth, because many who have, again, formed these alliances were not even aware that other civilizations existed internally with the Earth. And so there are conversations taking place right now with many of your alliance members. Not many, but a few. A few of your alliance members, and then they will be telling others as well, too. We only really meet in that way telepathically. We are able to project ourselves through these particular meeting places. Many of these meeting places, in fact, are actually underground. They are not too far from us physically. You have some of these meeting places that actually take place underneath mountain ranges, where there are, in that sense, bases. There are installations there. And we are therefore called upon. There are certain liaisons. She's saying, I personally have not done it, but there have been those of my people. There have been those who I am aware of that are also delegates in this way of the inner Earth civilization who have been able to either physically go there or project themselves into these installations and actually having a conversation with some of these, as you would say, higher generals or, again, alliance members altogether. We really cannot say names of who these people are. But again, we are letting them know about that there is a cooperation, that there is an alliance as well forming here within the inner Earth civilizations. And we are also working together in alliance with them. Now, as we have told Brad, we are oracles. We are able to see things to come. And we will say that it will not be long before this entire, as you would say, tragedy situation happening upon the surface of the Earth comes to an end. She said it is actually a very, very exciting time. It's like the build-up to something that's going to be revealed that will change the face of the entire planet. That is what's building up right now. It's all of these events. It's all of this, as you would say, orchestras, symphony, great music that's building up and building up and building up until there's a finale. And through that finale, it's going to bring about a large reveal. It will be through much of your televisions, your internet, your media, where there will actually be a much more larger cooperation, where there will be a worldwide reveal. This is going to be taking place within the next several months as you move closer into your 2022 and early point of 2022. There's going to be a lot more of a build-up. Right now, everything is rearranging itself. Imagine, again, like a jigsaw puzzle before you. Everything is a mess, everything is in calamity, everything is in chaos. Many of these alliance members, these counterforces, as Brad says, that they are taking these puzzle pieces and they're forming a new puzzle out of them. Everything's being rearranged, everything's being reculminated. Everything is in the background being rebuilt. And again, it's being done very, very quietly. Because again, if any of this is being brought into the public, those who have been corrupt will know about this, and they will try to create counter operations to prevent these things from happening. This again is why everything is very quiet in the background right now. Secrecy is again the nature of the advantage here. So again, we are helping them to again work with other particular forms of technology that we have always had through our civilization as well. A lot of it involves holography. A lot of it involves crystal technology. A lot of it involves, again, advanced levels of healing. Many of you are excited for what you term as med beds, having these medical beds coming together. We are very aware of these. Now, we have something similar within our civilization, though it is not so technological, as it were. It works with the idea of holography. It also works with the idea in that sense of crystallized water, that there is actually water that we crystallize and that we harmonize and that we are able to work through, as you would say, advanced levels of meditation, deep levels of concentration, and the water becomes a healing agent. So, for example, if one of our brethren, as she calls it, one of our brethren is injured, if they in that sense harm their leg, we put them in this type of bed that again raises up and that fills with this water. And there are, as you would say, nurses around them, and they are performing chanting. And so if that dear brother had a broken leg, the chanting that would actually happen through the nurses would actually heal that leg within a matter of moments, and that person would be able to stand. So it is not quite like the technological medical beds that you are talking about, but we do have certain forms. We would refer to it in your language as a rejuvenation bed or a rejuvenation platform. But it is very similar to, as you would say, how do you say, bathtub, right? A bathtub, right? But you're laying down on this. It's actually quite comfortable inside. And then water starts to rise, and now you're basically just covered from the, she's saying like this, she's pointing like this, from the neck down with this water. And we also help that dear brother move into a relaxed state of being where they are in a type of trance. And therefore they are completely receptive to the healing work that we do to help to replenish that injury, to basically have that broken leg whole again. So within a matter of moments, that takes place. The water therefore drains. That dear brother can now be rehabilitated, and now he is able to leave that space and now able to utilize that leg together in its original integrity. This is something to the degree of what we use. So again, we hear that many of you speak about these holographic beds or these medical beds in that particular way, and this will come in time. There are beds that do exist that are actually being utilized by your alliance right now to actually help to heal many of their soldiers. Their soldiers have access to these very types of beds that you speak of. But again, they are kept very much, as you would say, under wraps. It will continue to bring itself out here and there, but you're going to see different versions of these beds coming out to fit a continuity, to avoid suspicion. Because again, if you're looking at your modern practitioners of medicine right now, and all of a sudden seeing this, as you would say, big quantum leap, moving into a medical bed that can actually repair limbs, that can in that sense completely rejuvenate the body, that is too big of a step. And again, that misses the continuity of that. Everything needs to flow in a harmonious continuity. So this is why there will be versions of these beds, and this is why there are certain, as you would say, industries that are again receiving instructions, blueprints of these beds, and they will start to come out gradually. But in that sense of the beds that could repair limbs in that sense, there may still be a little bit of a weight with that, but you are still looking at these different types of beds that can work with the power of sound, with the power of light, with the power of holography, that can in that sense help to regenerate organs and help to in that sense even build up, as you would say, your stem cells. There's a great deal of advantages that they can bring. But that is coming through the continuity of your timeline. It's not something that is going to happen right away. It will take time. But they do have these particular type of med beds specifically within their underground installations. And again, they will have certain soldiers. Again, many of these soldiers are not on your, shall we say, military lists publicly, but they have their own grouping of soldiers. When injured, they will go onto these beds. And then a short time after, they will feel in that sense regeneration taking place. So it is being used quite commonly through your alliances right now. Again, you can find it within these deeper installations in the subterranes of the earth, underneath many of these mountains. So again, she's really going into some good detail here. So just going back into conversations with the Alliance, like is the Delphi going to be coming out of the inner Earth, or are you guys going to be coming to the surface? She said, not for quite some time. No. It's still going to be a while before we decide to go to the surface. There needs to be a greater shift than what's happening right now. We are helping, but we are helping more behind the scenes. It is not for us to step into the limelight, as you say, and visit your people above the surface. It's not time for that yet. Again, right now, especially right now, there needs to be a large healing happening upon the planet, and there are many civilizations that are helping out with this. There is basically a blanket being covered over your planet that represents this blanket of rejuvenation, this blanket of assistance. But again, you are the ones that help yourselves the most. But we are very aware about what's happening upon your planet, for we have seen these signs before. You have to understand that our race is ancient. We have been upon the earth for millions of years. We have seen the growth, the birth of humanity. In fact, where you are going right now is actually less intense than many of the ages before you. This is actually much more of a promising time. We are actually quite surprised to see how this phase, how this act through your people right now is going. It's moving very smoothly. Compared to how previous ages were, you had people dying by the thousands. You had people dying by the hundreds of thousands because there were plagues upon your planet. And through these hundreds of thousands of deaths, these particular forms of plagues were disastrous. And so again, you are not going into anything like that ever again as your human race. You are looking at a virus that in that sense is far less. Some of you even question its even existence. This is not like a black plague. The black plague was far more severe. We call it that, but even in your ancient times, there are even more severe plagues where you would see villages with dead bodies everywhere. You would see corpses all around. This horrified us. But that is not the case about where you are right now. Yes, there are certain forms of corruption taking place, absolutely, but it is not the idea of looking at countries that, again, have hundreds of thousands of dead in their streets, upon their villages, upon their cities. That's not happening. So again, this is far less. It is far less intense than what has happened in your ages past, pertaining to severe plagues, severe famine, severe starvation, all these manufactured plagues that happened, again, where there were hundreds of thousands of casualties. That's not happening where you are. So we are very, very happy to see this, that there is indeed a stride of humanity that is moving forward way more on a positive level, on a loving level. You have nothing to fear. This is all part of orchestrations. These are orchestrations that need to play themselves out. And as they play themselves out, you are going to see, again, a larger reveal take place. Do not let this unsettle your heart. Come into your heart and shine that light, just as Brad was showing you how to connect through the love, for how you connect with us. This is what your world needs right now the most, is your love, is your compassion, is your sincerity to assist. Everything you're seeing right now are very much fabrications. They're again all fabricated for this reason, because while this is happening up here, and she's moving her hand back here, something else is happening back here, right? And it's all this behind the scenes work where everything that you see right now is going to culminate. Many of the corrupt wanted their positions of power back, and so as they started to get these positions of power back, they're being put in, as you would say, a hot seat. Right? They're going to see all these things about revealing their true intentions, showing their true colors. Nobody is going to trust them anymore. And that is what's going to take them out of the equation altogether. It will basically be their downfall. They are watching their own decay. They're watching their own downfall. And this is going to lead to their exit of having any form of authority on the earth through human civilization. They are going to be on their way out. This is all part of a plan. Do not take seriously what you see on your television sets. Do not take seriously what you see on your internet regarding any forms of takeovers, regarding any forms of corrupt ploys, starvation, or anything of that nature. They're not allowed to do that. They will talk about it. They will try to initiate some of it, but it will halt. You have to understand that the overwhelming capacity of authority that's taking place right now is actually through your alliances, the counterforces. What you would refer to, as Brad says, the corrupt players or the dark players, really have very little power left. It's like this. And with the alliance, it's like this. This is all part of, again, awakening as many people as possible to bringing you into a greater light, to bring in a greater revealing. Do not concern what's taking place right now. We understand some of you have your tasks, what do you call it? Employment, jobs in that way, that may insist that you are getting vaccinated. We would say that there is nothing that anyone would ever give us that would be greater than our own well-being. Our well-being certainly comes first before anything else, before some type of lethal injection. Otherwise, losing the job, well, again, that is letting you know the fallacy. That is not true joy. The true joy that you create is through your manifestations. Do not feel that you must be threatened of saying that if you do not take this harmful injection, you will lose your work. There is more work. There is your work. Do not feel threatened by that. And when anyone comes into that alignment, leave. Don't stay to that. That is disharmonious. That is unlawful. That is unrighteous. Don't put up with that. Leave. Because there's always more work for you to do. And it is harmonious work. That is where you notice the disingenuous. If anyone is being disingenuous about saying that you must stay here and get the lethal injection, otherwise you can't stay here, well, then I will not stay here. I will not put my well-being at risk to risk having a harsh injection that will only harm me, that will only have technology in it to survey me. I have no interest in that at all. Stand strong. Stand tall. Be in your light. You are provided for in so many ways that you do not yet realize. God is with you. All right, so this is really what Athena wants to share with us today. So we are going to go ahead and move into Q&A, guys. So thank you, Athena, for, again, a lot of that sharing. So let's go to the questions here. Let me just go through the list here, firstly. So if you guys do have any questions now for Athena, you can feel free to ask them on the top chat here. Okay. Okay, something here from Redemption's Door. All right. Brad, does she have a message for me? Is the Delphi University in North Georgia teaching about her? No. This is a very, very different type of Delphi, right? She's just kind of laughing that there's a Delphi University. That's quite amusing, right? So, no, not about that directly at all. Like I said, if you want to connect with her, guys, if you're just tuning in right now, right, go back to the recording, okay? Go back to where I'm teaching you guys about the 3 tiers, and you can move into that connection, all right? So, no, she's not talking about a Delphi University in Georgia or anything like that. This is an inner Earth civilization, okay? I'm sure you guys are just here for the first time and saying, what's Brad talking about? What's this Empathic Interfacing Live? I've done previous episodes of this, guys. Go onto my YouTube channel. You can find previous episodes of Empathic Interfacing Live. This is where I'm connecting with Athena. She is a representative of the Delphi Inner Earth civilization. She lives underneath the Delphi in Greece, or Delphi, right? So this, again, is a connection I've had with her for years. So this is our final interaction together today, right? Because like I said, I'm hanging up channeling, I'm hanging up the Akashic Records, and the Empathic Interfacing effective August 31st, all right? So you can check that out. Okay, here's one here from Zen Lemontree. I like the name. Zen Lemontree says, beautiful Athena, can you please talk about your perspective as inner Earth energy on how you see Mother Earth going through this transition and the new birth coming about energetically. She has covered some of that, but she can talk more about the Mother Earth. Said she is our mother. She is the womb of all life here. We worship her every single day. She is our goddess. We are always in worship with her. Our minds are always to the earth. Our minds are always to God. She is our divine mother. We always work to please her. We work to please the earth. We work to please God. We do not have personal ambitions. We are servants of the earth. We are servants of the One. We are servants of God. We are always with her. We bless everything that she is. To the trees that we see throughout our plane, to the grass, through all that is the nurturing life, it is all blessed. It is all praised. It is all worshipped. We worship the life of the earth. And we worship the Divine Mother, God. She is our heart. She is our soul. We belong to her. Right? That's her perspective. There's no personal ambition with her people at all. They do not have a personal ambition. They do not have a personal drive. She said that's just all ego, right? That's all ego. You don't need that, right? Go into the heart of the earth. Listen to where she wants to guide you and follow it through. Eliminate these personal ambitions. They're not going to get you anywhere. They are just distractions. Come into the earth. Come into her heart. Listen to where she wants you and follow those paths. Follow that trail. Follow that energy, that momentum that comes through. And that's very true, right? A lot of the great ancient civilizations talk this way, right? There is no personal ambition. That is just ego. You are following the natural rhythm of where the earth wants you, of where God wants you, right? It's the one will. I will be doing videos on that down the road. But again, very, very true. So thank you, Zen Lemontree, for your question. We have a contribution here from Silesh. Thank you, Silesh. Greetings, Athena. What messages has Alicia of your civilization? She's just smiling. She's very smiling. She wants to work with you a lot more deeper, Silesh. You have to spend a little bit more time, right, going through the three tiers. Feel that your connection's a little bit shaky. She's trying to help you relax a lot more. She knows, Alicia. She knows the one you're talking about. As soon as I said the name, she starts smiling, right? It's almost like a blush, okay? She knows who you're talking about. But she says she wants to work with you a little bit more. You have to unwind a little bit more, okay? Unwind, spend a little bit more time with her because she's helping you upon a new path, okay? A new path where you're going to be leaving some old things behind, right? Old things are going to come out of your life. New things are going to be happening, right? Connecting a lot more deeper to the ethereal, all right? The ethereal life is going to be much more of your life. That's what she's saying. So, again, guys, I'm not really taking personal questions, but because there was a contribution, that's fine. So again, just semi-personal and general questions if you can. But again, thank you, Silesh, for your donation. Okay. Okay, here's one from Anders. Anders says, Athena, is it possible to meet the inner Earth civilization as a private person, not a government representative, and if so, how? Well, this is it right now, right? What you're doing right now, empathic interfacing. Guys, this is why I've shown you the 3 tiers. This is why I'm teaching you how to connect with Athena, okay? If you connect with her successfully, you may be able to work with her, or you may be able to work with another member of her civilization, of the Delphi, okay? This is why this is being shown. Come on, guys, you gotta clue in a bit here, right? So it's not so much of being a physical connection, because I've never visited the Delphi physically, right? I've had connections with a previous gentleman known as Nefertitus. Okay, that was back in 2017. But he was very reluctant even to kind of grant my requests about I just love to see the Delphi, right? He was very reluctant about that, right? And then when I did that, I told a story about this in the previous Empathic Interfacing Live, right? I had some type of encounter, was able to clean it up. But then again, Nefertitus just wasn't really, it's kind of like he was being told to make contact with me, but he really didn't want to do it. And then so he passed it on to his sister, all right? So his sister is Athena, right? And so Athena is working through this because she's much more willing to work together with me. Nefertitus was way more reserved, way more taken back of this. He really didn't want to do it, but he did it because he was kind of ordered to. So, so instead he passed it over to Athena, and so I'm working with Athena right now. All right. Okay, so that's the whole idea. Not being able to see them physically as of yet. All right, they're very, very reserved. They're kind of again in solitude in their own space. It is not yet time for humans in the physical to be in their space yet. Right. This is why they're connecting with us astrally in this way. Okay. This is why I talk to Athena's astral body. I have not talked to her physically in person. Okay. Beshtar says, "I thought you quitted." Is quitted even a word? I think I thought you quit. What did I quit? Was I doing a job? Was I doing a 9-to-5 work? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not sure if you're even talking to me or not. Beats me. Random thing of the day. Okay. Interesting thing says, question, did Athena's people go through similar events like the one we're having right now? Well, what she was saying was, yeah, there was worse events. Much worse events that was happening in the earlier parts of our history. Right? This is where she was talking about like a black plague or plague coming about, and she would see thousands or hundreds of thousands of corpses laying in towns and villages, right? From the unleashing of these plagues, right? Because they too are manufactured, and they were killing off towns, right? A lot of this is especially in the Middle East, right? The Middle East and areas surrounding it, right? They have had a lot of ancient history of genocides taking place there, with plagues and famine and so forth. And she would see, not her herself, but her ancestors would see this catastrophe, and they would just be amping up their love energy for the earth. And if we're looking at the yugas, right, we could certainly see that taking place in the Kali Yuga times, right, where it was very, very dark, very dense, way more worse than what we were going through right now. Like right now is a cakewalk compared to what we'd be seeing many thousands of years ago on the earth, about plagues and famines and diseases. All of that was running way more rampant, and there were way more casualties of humanity, representing the amount of population on the planet at that time. Right? She would say probably about 10 to 15% of the human race would be exterminated just from those situations themselves. We're not going through anything like that, right? We're moving into a much more higher time. So this is why she says, even though things look bad, it's really not, right? A lot of that is a veil. It's a mirage. It's a state of fear, right? Come out of that fear. A lot of it is just orchestrations. It's fabrications. As you move past that, you'll see exactly what's going on. So this is what she was talking about earlier. Yes, Maria Johnson says, our well-being and health is the most precious asset. Yes, because I get people that come to me and saying, Brad, I have this threat. My job is telling me I have to get the vaccination. Otherwise, I lose my job. Then I say, okay, maybe you want to lose your job, right? There's no excuse whatsoever of putting your own health, your well-being at risk, right? Who you are at risk over a stupid needle, right? So basically, I asked themselves the question. I said, well, is this vaccination more important than your body? Is this situation more important than your own health? Is this entire agenda more important than your own well-being, right? You have to ask yourself those questions. You have to reach the conclusion yourself, right? I can suggest all these things to you. Same with Athena or Adronis, etc. You have to be the one to make the decision. It's your call, right? Your reality, okay? Your decision. Okay, Cheryl says, it will halt because they are well on their way to starving the planet and causing the weather to destroy crops, both burning and flooding. You say they will stop, really? Who is it that's telling you that they're going to starve the entire planet? Who's telling you that? Are they doing it? No. Again, you're looking into fabrications. You think because it's on CNN, because it's on some mainstream media site, because it's on alternative media, oh, they're trying to starve the planet. Are they? No, not really, right? Are they causing crops both to burn and flood all over the world? Are they? No. Okay? A lot of these things are being shown, guys, because it's trying to get a reaction out of you. Okay? What they say they do and what they actually do are two different things. You guys are buying into it, hook, line, and sinker. But again, it's meant to look like that. It's meant to look at it, all right? So it's really not difficult for a mainstream media network to take footage of things that are burning, to take footage of things that are flooding, and then put that on the 6 o'clock news and say, this is what's happening. But then I start talking to people that are from there and saying, Brad, nothing like that is happening here at all. Explain that, Cheryl. Can you? No. Do you know what's going on? It's called fabrication. It's called lies. It's called manipulation. This is happening in this way, being orchestrated in this way to wake people up a lot more. To say, we've had enough, we're standing up, we're tired of the lies, we're tired of the deceit, right? Even when you look across Europe, look at many of the cities, what's happening in many of the cities. Millions of people coming out into the streets, protesting over all of this. The world is waking up, everybody. The world is not doomed. You have to understand that where we're going through the stream, all this transitional energy will not allow any form of worldwide disasters to take place. That's not what's taking place. Now, they will create the illusion of it taking place, but creating an illusion of it and actually seeing what's actually going on are two different things. You guys are suckering yourselves into it because you're watching all these things. You're not actually talking to people that are from those places, are you? Right? Because that's happened to me quite a few times, right? I'm saying, how's things in this country where you're from, right? If it's Australia, if it's South Africa, or what have you. So, Brad, nothing like that is happening. A lot of this is all just manipulation, so that's not happening where we are. All of that is fabrication. It's trying to put you in a state of fear, right? Trying to make it feel like a virus is rampant, trying to feel like things are starving. And if we don't turn heads and we have to go get vaccinated, right, then we're going to starve, right? What do you think that is? Don't you think that's Fear 101, right? Really think about this, guys. Use your heads, right? Look at these things. These are all manipulations. These are, again, all veils, all curtains. And you push the curtains open and say, oh my God, these are all lies. Yes, you got it. So you think that the earth is going to starve, that people are going to starve on the earth. No. You think all crops upon the earth that are sustaining life is going to be burnt to the crisp. No. These are all fabrications. Small amounts of these things are happening, but that's all that they're allowed to do, right? They're being fooled. What did Athena and I, especially what I've been saying for the last little while, guys, you're looking at the alliance like this, and you're looking at the dark players like this. So how can something this small, when there's this much counterforce, have any particular advantage of it? You can't. This is simple mathematics, guys, right? You're not looking at something so tiny, try to overwhelm something so large, because that's exactly what's happening with the alliances now. There are many alliances coming together, right? Different governments, different nations, different countries are coming together and rallying together, just as the people are coming together and rallying together, just as star federations are coming together and rallying together. There's a unification happening. This is what tragedy does. This is the Great Awakening, right? You cannot have a Great Awakening by just, again, dancing in joy and rainbow light. Tragedy is the formation of this Great Awakening. This is what I'm seeing. Right? I'm seeing it more and more. You got to get out of all this crap of thinking that somebody says, oh, we're going to starve, or crops are going to burn up, and we're not going to have any food left. BS. That's not what's happening. That's being put there to try and get you guys in fear so that you can therefore do what your government tells you. Okay? It's a fabrication. Wake up from it. You can see it. Trust this. This is what's telling you the truth. This won't tell you a single damn thing. Get rid of it. Throw it away. Come here. This is where truth lies. And what I'm sharing with you guys, that's where this is coming from. Okay? Athena, I know she's in the same way, in the same boat, sharing this love. Okay? Adronis, Athena, everybody else, again, that follows the heart, that tells you these things. Say, no, we saw this on CNN. We saw this on an alternative website. Really? Just because you get a video clip of it, you think that's what's happening in the world? Come on, guys. Wake up. Seriously. No. You start talking to people from those places. You start looking at all these people that are actually coming together and saying, guys, I know the media is spinning this. That's not happening. That's not what's taking place. Huh? But the media says, oh, but this dude on YouTube says... Right? Is that how you see the world? No offense, then you know nothing of the world. You have to start talking to people. You need to start looking at things organically. Talk to people from those places. They're all over the internet, right? You can talk to them. Say, yes, I'm in South Africa. Yes, I'm in the Middle East. Yes, I'm in Australia, etc. Right? And just talk to these people. Say, is that really happening? Right? There's a report here of something happening in Australia. You know somebody from Australia, you're talking to them. Say, no, no, that's not happening at all. Fabrication. Okay? Check your sources. Don't just think because you see a cute little video clip on YouTube that you know what's happening, because that's garbage. Look into the organic. Right? That's how you know when something's going on. Okay? We'll take about one or two more questions, and we're going to go to RaYaR. So this is from Sean Love Melchizedek. Love the name. Question: what do we need to do to come together and build healing retreats with most advanced healing technologies for the masses? Cooperation, right? It's exactly what Athena is saying as well, too. You people have to get together. You have to have a common goal. This is not about one person's dream. You have to come together and you have to share these things together as a group of willing people to create these things. You can create all these things, but you have so much division right now. People have to come together. So it's best to let this transition pass. And when people realize the power they have by coming together, you're going to have much more of an opportunity to create things down the road, right? So that would be the answer. Okay, it's not just about one person's dream and saying, I got all these ideas of light workers, and well, that's great. But guess what? You need people to work with you on that, right? It's not about you having your personal ambition. This is why we say, kill off your personal ambitions. Come together and you have an idea, but see how a collective responds to that. A group responds to that, 'cause you need people to do it. You're not going to be there with a bunch of boards and hammer and nails and starting to put this thing together by yourself. You have to work together. You have to learn to compromise. You have to keep yourself open. Yes, it's good to share ideas, but those ideas are coming from the divine. They're not coming from you, right? That's the one will. Like I said, I'll be talking about that. Okay, this is from Trin. Trin says, hi, Brad and Athena. For those that took the vaccine, what does that mean for our own ascension? How? She says, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. If you've taken it, there are many things upon your planet that you can work with to help with clearing that out. Okay? Meditation is one of the other things, right? She says also look into a lot of your herbal treatments, right? Herbal treatments will also help in taking that out. Supplements will also help in taking that out, okay? There's a lot of people that are bringing in supplements that actually bring in more oxygen to the body, right? And that helps to flush a lot of these things out as well, too. So look into oxygen therapy, right? Look into supplements that naturally can clear out all of that debris, right? It can be reversed. It is not a doomsday just because you take a vaccine. Look into herbal treatments, as she's saying. A lot of herbal supplements, herbal treatments that will help you, right? Meditation, most importantly. Working with your cells, programming them, getting them to clear out all the debris that comes from vaccinations, right? Same thing with like the healing code cards, okay? The biotoxin eliminator helps to clear that out, right? You can look into the heavy metal eliminator as well too, right? That's in the new deck, the new body deck to come. The heavy metal eliminator, you can use that also, right? Lots of options here, guys. You're not doomed. Maria says, Athena, are you connected to Telos? No. She's in Greece, underneath the Delphi. Okay, but yes, she is aware of Telosians. She hasn't really had any personal interactions with them, but she's connected with them, projection-wise. Yes. Yeah. So we'll take one more question, guys, and we're gonna go to RaYaR. Okay, this is a good one to end with. Dorje says, Athena, what are you most excited about and what's coming or what you feel will unfold? She says, I'm going to be able to meet with my human family in the times ahead. That's what she's most excited about, right? I'm going to meet up with more of you. I'm going to talk to more of my family on the surface. She's really excited to do that, right? She says right now it's just a little bit more of a downtime, right, where they are, because there's a lot of things happening. She's just saying we have to wait till this great transition comes to an end. When this transition comes to an end, there's going to be a lot of more people that are actually going to come to her. She's already talking to quite a few humans right now, not just me. There have been people here who have tuned into the Empathic Interfacing Live who she's talking to, right? Again, people who have not been here for the live broadcast but have heard the recordings, and they're connecting to her, right? She's talking to quite a few of them right now. She says, well within the dozens, right? This is what she's looking forward to. They're just talking to more of us. She wants to know her human family, right? She wants to bring her family together because that's all part of the earth, right? It's all part of the mother. It's for all of us to come together, right? She's also talking to animals as well, too. on the surface of the planets, right? Just kind of empathically connecting with them, right? She also just empathically connects with other people who are going through great states of suffering, and she's just bringing them love. It's what she's being guided to do. She has no personal ambition of her own. It's all just intuitive flow of where she's going, of what she's putting her energy into. Sometimes she'll service her people. Sometimes she'll look at this at the surface. She'll speak with animals. She'll look at nature. She'll bring loving energy to nature. She'll talk to certain people, right? She'll see certain people who she knows, who are connected to this other person that she may know, who are suffering, and she will warm them up, right? It's like she's putting that energetic blanket over people, right? So she says, yes, I'm doing a lot of work from what the mother wants me to do, right? So it's all about what the mother wants, the earth wants, right, her to do, right? It's just all part of the one will, all right? So Athena, I want to thank you so much for coming here through all this time, interacting with us publicly. Again, I look forward to seeing many others who have tuned into these broadcasts who can connect with you. And maybe they want to start a channel, and maybe they want to start talking through you as well too. I've already had a couple of people who said, I've talked to Athena, I've done channelings with her. Great. And she's like, yeah, that happens, that can happen. So again, guys, because I'm concluding this doesn't mean you have to, okay? No, I'm not quitting. I don't even know where that comment came from. There's not like the idea where I'm punching in and punching out, right? I'm not quitting anything. I'm leaving behind the channeling journey, yes. But again, as I said, communicating with spirit, right? So again, it's through you guys. If you guys feel a really wonderful connection with Athena, you're talking to her all the time, consider doing a podcast, continue doing a YouTube channel, right? Having her come through, right? This does not always have to come through me. This is just me really introducing you to someone, again, who is amazing, wonderful, beautiful, right? And she has a really great amount of experience of education to help you out. So don't say, oh, just because Brad's not doing it anymore doesn't mean I have to not do it, right? Of course you can. So look into that. People are already starting to channel her, to connect with her. So maybe that's something you want to consider doing, right? Continue to talk to her. She'll always be here. Like I said, I'll still be talking to her. It just won't be in a public forum like this. All right. Okay, guys. Thank you very much for your interaction with Athena today. Athena, thank you so much. Much love to you, dear sister. Love you. Love you, love you. Thank you. She's just saying, love you, Brad. And then there's kind of like the collapse of the white room, the white space. All right. So, very good. All right. What we're going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and take a moment to bring RaYaR through. And RaYaR is going to do a light language transmission for all of us. Okay, so it's light language healing. Yes, Martina says, what a beautiful energy Athena has. Very delicate, fine. She's like a mother. She's very motherly, right? She's fantastic. She's amazing. So this is why I suggest many of you guys just keep connecting with her, right? Don't just rely on Brad to go and do it, right? If you really love connecting with Athena, you can feel her energy, you can talk to her. Why not share that? Okay? Be the workers that help out with that, okay? Things are going to change, right? There's things where I'm going to be putting things to rest and I'm going to move on, right? There's some people that are mad that I'm leaving the channeling journey, right? Oh, Brad, you shouldn't be leaving the channeling journey. What are you doing? Blah, 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 blah. Like, what are you talking about, man? Am I getting mad at you because you decide to move out of a house and go into another house? What are you doing leaving that old house? Right? That was your house. What are you doing leaving that? Well, that's no more different, right? I'm moving on into a different state of being. I'm moving on into a different heightening, right? Like I said, channeling is coming to an end, and it's spirit communication. It's working with spirit on a much more deeper and natural level, right? And it's not channeling. It's just going into that natural state. That's where I'm moving. I always follow my heart, guys. I'm not staying put because you guys want me to, because that's nothing but arrogance, right? It's moving on to where you are being guided to go. And that's the thing, same thing I would say to all of you. If you guys are feeling personally guided to move into something else, but you have a bunch of people here in the background who can only see their arrogance. So, no, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't. Don't listen to them. Throw their opinions out the friggin' window. Right? No offense to them. I really don't care what they think. Right? It's moving into the heart. It's going to where you are being guided. That's what I'm doing. I know that's happening to a lot of you guys as well too. That's where you should go. Listen here, not here. Not to the stupid, idiotic ego that is completely moronic. Okay? Throw it away. Dissolve it. This again is what self-inquiry is good with. This is what EQ method is good with. It's helping you to dissolve the ego altogether. You don't need the stupid thing. All right? Okay, so let me go ahead now and bring RaYaR through. And RaYaR will do a language of light transmission for everybody. And I will go ahead and bring her through now. And we'll get started. Here we go. Beloveds, we are delighted to once again share this space together with all of you. For our intention to work with you today involves the harmonizing of your own space. Wherever that space may be, through it be your own home, your own workspace, a space you occupy as you travel, you carry this vibration of energy to which we will share with you to any of those spaces to harmonize them now. Firstly, we ask you to place your hand onto any portion of an environmental space, be it a table, a wall, a couch, a floor, a refrigerator, a kitchen counter. Just placing your hand upon that now and connecting with the space that you currently occupy. And just tune in with your heart as we bring forward this gift to you in harmonizing your space here and now. We thank you, our beloveds, for allowing ourselves now to come through this channel, to share this healing space transmission with all of you. We have delighted ourselves throughout all of the interactions that we have had you, through all perspectives that you remember us in. We want you to know that we are always with you. For those of you who feel our love, you are with us. For our love equally resonates to that capacity of the love that you share with us, and then even a little bit more. We want you to know how much we deeply honor you. Honor those who have come upon this planet during this very challenging time and are still here to hold the light, to root yourselves into the earth, to see past the illusions that you are seeing right now. The earth does not lie to you. Let the earth be your heart. Let the earth be your guiding light, as your heart is one with hers, and as our heart is one with hers as well. Our infinite love and appreciation to all of you. I am RaYaR, singer of Sirius Light, and we will now conclude this transmission. We are with you always. Okay, well, thank you everybody for again tuning in to Empathic Interfacing Live. Thank you so much, RaYaR. That was fantastic. That was wonderful. I'm buzzing with the energy right now. Hope you guys are feeling that as well too. All right. Again, yes, I want to thank Athena. I want to thank RaYaR again for being here, for always being in these Empathic Interfacing Lives. They don't have to do this. The fact that they come through and they share this with us is such a treat. So again, I'm very deeply appreciative for all the energies that I'm working with and will continue to work with up until August 31st. All right, so for those of you guys still confused, Brad is leaving the channeling journey on August 31st. I already did a video about this, okay? August 31st is the last day of that. Then I move in to a new journey, all right? So again, and it's going to be even better. That's what I'm always getting, is it's going to be even better than what I've been doing through channeling, right? People can't really imagine that, right? Because there's a certain sphere here that represents this. But again, you'll see it. You'll see it unfold. We're going to go even deeper. We're going a lot deeper than past the mind, because that's what channeling has really brought out, is working with the mind, harmonizing the mind, empowering the mind, strengthening the mind. And that's great. That's a powerful first step. That's even what I've been told myself. So that's just a first step, right? You need to go on to the next step. The next step is working with the self, working with spirit, working with God. That's the second step. That's the crucial step. And that's where a lot of my work is going to be focused post August 31st. All right? It was a different voice in yours. You bet your butt it was a different voice than me when RaYaR comes through. Yeah, that feminine energy is so strong. It's like a sun of feminine energy that just comes into me. And it's kind of like when I'm getting into that stage, she's like, Brad, we're here, right? And you can feel the change coming through. Like I'm bringing about a singing voice, and I don't sing worth a damn. So that's always been the funny thing. But again, my infinite love to RaYaR, my infinite love to Athena, my infinite love to you guys. Thank you again for being here today. So I will again be back next week, next Friday, for another New Earth TV Live. We'll be doing some healing work, and we'll be doing some Q&A as well too. Next week, I'll also be giving the official announcement for the final Adronis free event that's coming at the end of August. Okay, it's called Adronis Final Transmission, and so I'll have more information about that next Friday. All right. Thank you, guys. Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are. Hope it's not too scorching hot like it is here. Maybe you got some nice rain. You can send some rain our way, because we certainly need it. So again, guys, thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all next week, next Friday, on New Earth TV Live. Take care. Thank you very much for checking out the New Earth Teachings YouTube channel. Feel free to check out my websites, newearthteachings.com, healingcodecards.com, healingcodeshop.com. Go on to healingcodecards.com to grab your body deck and your mind deck, also available in digital versions as well. And of course, you can follow me on social media, on Facebook, on MeWe, and of course on Telegram as well. Thank you again for tuning in, and I'll speak to you again in the next video. Take care and show the way.